Mexico has their semifinals opponent, and it is none other than Honduras.
Not expected right away.
Not at all.
Not expected.
Once again, welcome back to the Ladsfootyshow. I'm your host, Keeks, here with my co-host.
It's your boy, Sexo.
And before we get started, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below who you guys got winning the Copa Oro, and make sure to join the Ladsfootyshow Discord.
Oh, yeah.
The best Discord on the planet. If you know, you know.
If you guys know, then you guys know. But boys, like Keeks said, Mexico, Honduras, confirmed. Wasn't expecting to face Honduras. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think anybody was.
Panama, I was already starting to prepare myself facing Panama for the I don't know how many times in a row. And I was actually going to say, oh yeah, we own Panama, we'll get past them. But now we get Honduras. And yes, Honduras have been poor, but this Copa Oro has shown us that any team can win. And any team can make an upset and surprise everyone.
These Central American teams are hungry, bro.
Yes. And when it comes to Honduras, yes, they're ass. Yes, this isn't their best team. But when Honduras plays Mexico, Honduras play like they have like something against us when they play. They always play with like some type of different passion every time. It doesn't matter. But yes, also this game isn't in Honduras, so it's a neutral level. But this game is in Levi Stadium, lads. And this is a stadium that we do not have a very good record. I mean, I think we've lost more games than we've actually won at this stadium, Keeks.
Yeah.
All right, so that's already not a good look.
That's not good.
It's a curse. The Levi Stadium curse. If you guys know, then you guys know. But we're going to touch base real quick on the Saudi game. Mexico win 2-0. Not the best performance.
A lackluster performance, to say the
Very
least.
lackluster. That first half was a tough watch. It was actually pretty awful from the Mexican side.
UFC card was going crazy though. So
yeah. I'm glad.
complain.
I'm glad that came in after because the Mexico performance wasn't the best, and I was honestly expecting a little bit better after those 30 minutes that we saw against Costa Rica.
I think from the lineup, I was already expecting a lot better.
Yeah, and
from the
Vasco,
get-go.
Vasco praised the Vasco. Good lineup. Gilberto Mora debuting officially.
Finally.
And I don't know if he will, but stay tuned for our predictions in our lineups later. But I really want him to keep going. And
he had a great cameo. It was a great debut. Our youngest player to ever play for the selección. And I think there's way more to come for Gilberto Mora.
Gilberto Mora debuted. Julian Araujo debuted as well. Two surprises. And this is what I get to with Vasco. Last video, if you guys haven't watched it, I mentioned I'm going to count off Gil Mora and Julian Araujo already right away. Why? Because if they didn't play in these group stage games, what makes you think they're going to play in these knockout games? And they started.
Araujo had debuted for the Cell already, hadn't he?
No, for this tournament.
Oh, okay.
This tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, in this
Gotcha.
tournament. In this tournament. They hadn't had any minutes.
Yeah. There's their first cameo.
So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, si no jugaron en los juegos anteriores, what makes you think they're going to play these? And they started. So good on Vasco there. Rotating, pero he's just surprises always.
Who was your best player?
Best player from that match,
Which is hard to pick. The majority of the side was very poor. How about?
I think Vega. Vega was really involved.
Yeah,
if anything,
it was such an ugly match.
It was
a bad game of football. It was a bad game, to be honest. From both teams, there were fouls all over the place. There were fights. Not that there's a problem with it, but it's just there was no football. There was nothing. Even the goals we scored were nothing.
I'm still not convinced. Both the goals you said, were basically handed to us.
Vega missed the sitter. It went right back to him, and he nutmegged the goalkeeper somehow.
Own goal.
The best part of that goal was the Gilberto Mora flick, and Jimenez played a really good ball. The build-up was nice, but the finish was dead. Yeah. And then, of course, an own goal. Mateo Chavez forced it.
Yeah. If it wasn't best players on that field, that performance between Vega and Mateo, for sure the best.
What about worst?
Worst? Yoho. Mexico through the right side cannot create at all. Cannot create through the right side. Everything is coming from the left. Everything.
He does, I keep on mentioning that he just doesn't seem motivated, bro. Como que no le quiere dar ganas. He's like so nonchalant when he plays football.
He doesn't have the Chivas badge.
It's starting to get annoying. And more, we got to realize that something has to change. This is Vasco's most capped player, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Since he's had the most minutes. Since he's gotten back into the selection. And on top of that, where are the goals? Where are the assists? Where are the man of the match performances? The only time we rated his performance to say that it was top notch was in the Nations League. And the only reason it was top notch is because he was busting his ass
and he
off the
actually
ball.
Was assisting.
Yes, he was busting his ass on and off the ball. He was moving throughout the entire length of the pitch.
So like what you're saying, if Piojo isn't on the stat sheet, goals or assists, that's not everything in today's game. But at least showing flashes of good chance creation, very involved in the attack.
Que le eche ganas at least, bro, for the minimum.
If we're not even getting that, then Vasco might have to change that position.
And honestly, I can see it. He switched up Jorge Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
Gallardo is not eligible to play. He will not be playing. I can see Edson making his way back into the midfield. I liked what I saw from Lira a little bit.
Oh, it was okay.
I still think Edson is a much more comfortable midfielder than a center back, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I think
Isra should be playing more football. I also can't say I enjoyed what I saw from Araujo. He didn't do anything bad, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary either.
Now, what I do want to see against Honduras is a strong performance. I've been asking for so many games now. If we go all the way to the final and we beat whoever we meet in the final, I can't even say USA at this point, right? And we go by scraping these low-level CONCACAF teams, I am not going to be happy heading into the World Cup. Not a single strong performance Mexico has had so far in this Copa Oro.
Mexico's strongest possible opponent lost to Guatemala.
Right. There you go, Canada.
And it goes to show that a lot of people tend to... I saw a little... it was like a little bit of a comment just that Mexico needs USA and Canada to be better in order to unlock a level of competition that we hadn't had in a while.
Yeah.
Because at least in some certain years, we would look forward to those games. At
USA
least USA way
Canada,
more. Canada more recently, but even the same thing, their level has dropped.
Yeah,
they couldn't hold out to Guatemala. These Central American teams are hungry, Wayne. They're tired of the disrespect. They're tired of the shag, and they're ready to take on whoever is in front of them.
And if you guys are expecting Mexico to go out and straight up mollywop this team's 4-0, 3-0, 5-0,
do not see that happen.
You're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. Because yes, you can criticize Honduras, but criticize them why? Why? Because they lost 6-0 to Canada? Okay, but they beat Curaçao. Did Canada beat Curaçao? No. Okay, so that cancels out. Okay, Canada was so good that they beat Honduras 6-0, but they just lost to Guatemala. Okay, so take that all the way out of perspective. It's still 90 minutes that are played. And even then, if Honduras' game plan is to sit back behind the ball for 90 minutes and hold us out, because again, Mexico isn't a team that breaks down teams.
Yeah, they can get
when
away
they
with
sit
it.
back. They can get away with the draw. Their goals come from set pieces, just like ours do it, kind of. The goal they scored against Canada from a corner, and they can, if Honduras goes up in this game, it's gonna be hell.
They'll park the shit out of the bus.
They'll park the shit out of the bus. Remember, penalties right away up into the final.
I kind of like that.
I like it too.
I like it too.
And it's a rule that I think will stay in CONCACAF and Copa Oro, because if it wasn't for that, then probably wouldn't be seeing these upsets.
Guatemala wouldn't have gone through. They don't have the depth.
One less.
Honduras wouldn't have gone through. They don't have the depth. Panama played the better game, and they still somehow managed
Panama
to force.
Were all over
and
them.
They still managed to force penalties.
Panama were all over them.
USA, Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica could have given them a run for their money if there was extra time. I kind of do like the format. But that being said, besides that, Mexico versus Honduras, who do you want to see in the lineup?
Mateo Chavez is guaranteed starter because Gallardo is not only ass, but he's also suspended. Who else? I really want to stick to playing Araujo. I want to see still more of him because he didn't have a bad performance. Jorge Sanchez will play and he will give you a bad performance. Araujo at least gives you something, a fresh breath of air. Like you said, I do want to see Lira out and put Edson back in the middle because also Cesar Montes is returning. And as much as I do like Piojo, if it's not working,
it's not working. Simple as that, bro.
If it's not working, you don't deserve to play, and take away everything that, oh yeah, but he's a player that combines well, and this is the type of profile that Vasco wants. Throw Chino there and see what he gives you. If Chino doesn't do shit in 50 minutes, 60 minutes, mete el Piojo. Right? He's been switching it everywhere else, like we mentioned. At least switch it up with Piojo. So, and I kind of want to see Santi start.
Think so? I
want to see Santi start. I want to see him play with the starters, not the fucking bums that come in after with Quiñones and Orbelin and Charlie. Come on.
It's just unfortunate because Raul works. He gets his effort. He gets his effort shown. His ass off. He got the assist for Vega.
And it's also, it wouldn't be surprising if we go back to a 4-4-2 this match and have two strikers up top.
Think so?
I think so.
Nah, I don't see him switching it again.
I think so. for the sake of this match, because I already know, and Vasco should know that this team se va a quedar atrás, se va a sentar atrás. So, ¿de qué te va a servir tener otro medio?
Fairs. Yeah.
Right?
So what would the double pivot be?
The double pivot would be... Ooh, that's the thing. That's the thing. Because if it's a double pivot, Gilberto Mora isn't playing. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's not playing.
Nah, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't play. So, I don't know. You just never know with Vasco at this point right now. You don't. But back to what I was saying. I mean, actually, yeah, who do you want to see in this lineup?
I want to see Israel Reyes. It's a player that I rate highly. I think he had a great fucking season with America, regardless of, not finishing with any trophies. And for the most part, I think he had a good cameo during the friendlies against Turkey and Switzerland. I think he was great.
I'm surprised he didn't start last week.
I'm surprised he hasn't played any amount of football for the Copa Oro yet.
He started against Dominican Republic.
Oh, he did. But that's it.
That was it.
And that's it. And
he was getting chopped though.
He was getting cooked. Yeah, he was getting cooked. But
did he start against?
I don't think he started.
He started one of the 3 games.
I don't think he started either. I don't think he started any.
It might have been Suriname.
Unless I'm tripping.
It might have been Suriname.
Let's find out.
It was actually Jorge who was getting chopped. Him and Gallardo were getting cooked, I believe. Israel played center back that game. He played center back.
Fucking Cesar Montes.
Wait, because Johan was out, so it was Cesar and Israel.
You're right.
Yeah. But we did see him earlier in the right back position. I didn't think he did bad. But his contribution going forward isn't the best, I guess. So Israel Reyes, ¿quién más?
I want to see more of Gilberto Mora, honestly. Yeah. I wouldn't mind staying the 3-back or staying with the 4-back and the 3 midfield. And I wouldn't mind seeing, Gilberto Mora next to Edson and Marcel Ruiz. I like that. And I like what Mora is just different. It's just different gravy. Like I said, Gil Mora is a player that has instincts that you cannot teach in today's game. It's just natural. The way he receives every ball and like little hezzies here and there, it's just natural. You don't teach those instincts. When a player's that young, I'm very hesitant of wanting to raise someone that young. There's very certain circumstances that had to be met with me to at least rate them someone that's that young. Obviously the fucking standard is Lamine Yamal considering his age, but I think the sky's the limit for Gilberto Mora. Honestly, I think every single time I have tuned in to watch this guy, even playing for Cholos, coming off the bench, he's not playing that long of a game.
He's a very really
talented
smooth player, silky. You can see him just glide with the ball, and I just want him. I know it was his first performance or official performance, but I know that he could really get past anyone pressing him around him if he really was more open to getting past players with ease. Because I could, I know.
Solo lo que le falta, bro.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time until he really believes in his abilities to glide past these players. It's crazy to say, but Viet from Asada knows that it's kind of like a Pedri type of player. That's how I see it. The way he receives the ball.
Small stature, being able to beat a man, being able to read the press. It's facts. And we're not saying Pedri is as good as fucking Gilberto Mora. You guys love to switch our words up, but is a very same style of play.
Style. And that's what I'm getting to. So Gil Mora is a player that I do want to see. Do you want to see Santi start? Or?
I wouldn't mind it. I just say that I can just see it Raul, and Raul works. Yeah, Raul works every time he gets a job done because he busts his ass. I feel like Santi's first touch was really reliant, or it's what he's really should be more reliant on, but unfortunately it's just not good enough. And I think Raul Jimenez is much more of a two-footed player than Santi
solidified starter.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had a good game. I think this was definitely his best game.
If you turn on the tape when Vega plays for Selección, and you turn on the tape when he was at Chivas or Toluca, he doesn't have the confidence yet with the Selección. With Toluca, he's going and fake shotting and this, that.
We're still waiting for Vega Prime.
With the Selección, he's not as confident. That is the main reason why we haven't unlocked Vega so far, because I think the lack of his confidence so far is not there yet.
It was a good game versus Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I think it's probably been his best out of the Copa Oro, and hopefully it just continues to get better from there. Yeah. Honestly, we need Vega Prime. We need Vega Prime now. He needs to show up now. We need to show that this is a man we can rely on for the World Cup.
Score predictions.
Oh man, this is the hard part.
This is the hard part.
You know what?
It's gonna be closer than I think.
I can still see us holding a clean sheet though. Whether I can see it be a close game, I can still see us holding out to a clean sheet. I think our defense has been our best aspect the entire competition. It has always been. It has always been. As long as Johan Vasquez is in that back line, we will be straight. We used to have a disgusting offense. We used to not give a fuck about who we threw in the back because we had we had elite forwards, elite midfielders.
Chance creating players always, and coming off the bench as well.
And now we're so defensive oriented, bro. And we can barely build out from the back.
We're defensive oriented, and we opted for a defensive manager, and that is where we messed up. But
yes, but our offensive unit just isn't as good as it used to be.
That's another thing.
We can't expect the same thing from this side of offense. Look at Piojo. We're complaining about our right winger when we used to have the likes of fucking Tecatito and Chugi switching the sides for either or.
Yeah, and the players that would come off the bench, regardless, Oribe Peralta was our third striker.
They were hungry, güey. Que tenían las ganas de pinche pelear. I want to see a good result from Mexico. I want to see a fucking blowout result, but I don't see it happening.
No, it doesn't even have to be golear y gustar. Yo prefiero gustar que golear. O sea,
we enjoy that we at least look comfortable.
Oh,
we
yeah,
look
100%.
like we at least were for sure to win this game. I agree. Like the first half we played against Costa Rica has been the best. That's been the best football we produced this entire competition. We need more of that. We need 90 minutes of that. We don't need just a half.
Yeah. It's going to be tough against Honduras. That low block is not going to be easy to play against. Because, Saudi Arabia was defensive, but they weren't sitting back.
Yeah.
They were going del tú al tú.
Yeah, they were pressing.
So when we play against these low blocks, I don't know how Vasco will. I don't know if it's Vasco's game plan is good enough to break down a low block Honduras with the passion and how many tackles and feet they're going to put in, how physical they're going to be.
It's Raul Jimenez will have to play a lot more of a target man, a lot more of a sit up forward and play through my wingers. He's gonna have to. He won't have to, or I don't think he'll be able to. That's why sit as deep as he likes.
That's why I think the 4-4-2 isn't completely written off for this game. And if we do go for a 4-4-2 or even for a 4-3-3 and Jorge Sanchez plays,
we're cooked.
This is a game that I can already see. They're gonna sit back, but there's gonna be crosses that are gonna be into the box a lot. Mateo Chavez, this is going to be his game. Trust. He's going to back assist or goal, whatever, but he's going to be heavily involved in Mexico's performance. And on the other side, I'd rather see Julian Araujo whipping it than Jorge Sanchez whipping it. You know? So, there you go. And that's another reason, too. I do want to see Chino, because if Chino get down the line, mando un centro, you have two strikers there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be that type of game. I don't know if you guys agree with me watching.
I can see it.
But I'm not expecting Mexico que golea Honduras, especially with the performance or the win that they had against Panama.
Score prediction?
2-0. 2-0 or 2-1.
I can back that. 2-0.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a easy 2-0. I think, unfortunately, I can see the same scenario happening with Saudi Arabia where we just don't produce the best amount of football, but we take care of our chances at least.
Right. Fair.
Would I want to see that? Of course not. I want to be comfortable watching this selection. I want to be able to at least look at these guys and be like, damn, we played a good ass game. We should have scored more.
Yes.
But we haven't been able to see that in quite some time.
But yeah, boys, let us know if you guys agree with us. Let us know what your score predictions are in the comments below. Let us know if you're confident or satisfied with the selección so far, because I'm not.
And if you're satisfied, what fucking selección have you been watching? Because you definitely have not been watching the Selección Mexicana.
Because there's comments and there's people, at least we're winning. Yeah, a win is a win. But a win is a win versus these sorry ass CONCACAF.
No, those are children way. Those are children way. A win is a win, if not anymore.
That's
the
not
standard needs to be. We need to raise back the standard, and it needs to start now. We keep on every single.
You say it's the kids, and it's true because these kids didn't experience the 2014
how
Mexico.
Fucking good we were at some point.
Yeah, I agree. There you go.
Remember we used to be a top 10 ranked at some point?
It's like I said, we were happy and we did not know it.
Yeah, no, it's crucial. 2020 came in too, and we were top 10 ranked again right before COVID. Oh my God, I saw nothing but stars, bro. That squad looked like we were destined for greatness. Oh, a great Olympic run. We had Vega running the show. He looked like he was ready to take the next leap in terms of being the Seleccion's next superstar. Fell the fuck off. Now he's back.
I'm happy though, because at least Henry Martin isn't on this team. or Antuna.
Henry La Bomba, El Cansador, La Bomba Yucatana, Muertín, Cansa Defensas, Martin.
There you guys have it. Lads, that is it for today's episode. Let us know if you guys enjoyed our video. Drop a like, comments, and sub if you're not already. Join the Discord. And that is it from us, boys.
Thanks for you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace. Boys.